Hi, my name is Filip, and I'm Vice President Product Management at Skyscanner.
So, Philip would like to ask you, where are we headed in terms of a meta search showing the product of an airline the way it is? Airlines make a lot of investment in their aircraft, and other areas. So, how a customer can see what an airline has to offer? How close we are in terms of this?
It's a process. NDC, which is the new distribution capability from IATA, which is a standard for APIs, has been developed for the last 7, 8 years. And this actually allows airlines to send us that information. The way we work with airlines is we have API access to their prices and hopefully to their product attributes as well. And we display that on our site. Unfortunately, the industry hasn't moved as fast in technological terms as any other industry that we've seen in the internet economy, similar to Google and Facebook. So we cannot compare the airline industry to those internet giants. At the same time, we have seen some positive movement. As of now, what we're showing is the additional information about the flight, such as whether there's Wi-Fi, what is the seating of the plane, whether there's on-demand entertainment systems. But as we go more and more into the purchasing funnel, you will notice that with certain carriers, we're showing their attributes. So how big is the seat pitch? What is the actual seat like in terms of pictures and rich content? Ultimately, it comes down to whether the airline is able to provide this information to us. It's not like we don't want to show it. Exactly the opposite. We want to show a lot more. It's a question of technological advancement and whether they can pass on this information in a fast way back to us to display.
So, Philip, there are systems which are available, which are rules driven, which where you can push what you want for a particular channel, or you can show your content. Where has NDC helped in terms of the functioning of airlines as well as the intermediaries? How has NDC helped?
NDC has helped in a way that it has simplified the way the API is structured. So let me give you an example. Every airline will define their baggage or their in-flight entertainment in a different way. So when you have 730 airlines in the world, every single definition becomes an exponential problem. So you need to connect to 730 different APIs to be able to show this. When NDC comes in, it's the same standard. So all of a sudden you don't have to think how to connect to them. You can just connect once and then just apply that to multiple different airlines.
But there has been problem with the flexibility part of schemas.
That's true.
So there have been too many versions. When it comes to implementation, the understanding of an airline or a meta search can be different. So how much of work do you have to do in terms of standardization being not standard yet?
That is absolutely true. IATA is on the nth version of the protocol. We're part of the focus group that helps create that standard. So we're happy to communicate with airline executives and technological companies that enable this kind of connectivity. It's not finalized yet, but it's getting better. The interesting part is there is about 24 different airlines at the moment in the pilot program for IATA. So every time we update that standard, it gets better and better. We've done this. I mean, we have 2,000 partners on our site. Each one of them has a different API. So we're used to connecting to different, in a different way with others. But it is getting better over time. I hope to see more airlines adopt it, because that will allow them to really own their distribution rather than rely on an external company such as Global Distribution System to apply the standard for themselves.
So, Philip, as a traveler,
Yeah.
if I am on Skyscanner, where can I see the attributes in my shopping funnel on the meta search site? How my experience is going to be better if I compare it, today and let's say any year onwards from here on?
Fair point.
How can I get closer to visualizing what my journey would be like right from the moment I reach the airport to getting into the aircraft? Are we going to see something really different in the time to come?
In the next year, we'll make some progress. I think over time it will be a lot better as we're starting to experiment with rich content, whether that is pictures or videos. This will be over time. Ultimately, the airline needs to create that content, and we can definitely help. At the moment, what you can see is, as you search for a flight, let's say Singapore to Sydney, one of our partners with whom we're speaking today, Scoot, has participated in what we call direct booking. So we have a very good integration. You can select the flight, and within the flight experience, the purchasing experience, you can see the different attributes of that particular flight. Now, Do you have video yet? No, not yet, but I think over time it will come. 1 year, probably optimistic given how fast the industry moves. But I think in the next 3 to 4 to 5 years, as everything moves exactly and only on mobile, we'll have a lot more immersive experiences from us and for the airlines as well.
Thanks a lot for your time, Philip.
Thank you.